And speaking of hot, California Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara was in the hot seat at the Capitol today before an assembly committee. This comes just days after missing last week's hearing in the Senate over the state's insurance crisis. So a lot of people were wondering, where was he? It turns out he was in Bermuda, attending a conference held by the reinsurance industry, which covers insurance companies. Fox 26 reporter Myra Franco has Lara's explanation over his absence and what lawmakers are wanting to know. Myra?
Liz, in that meeting, several state lawmakers asked questions to Lara about the future of the insurance industry and how he plans to fix it through his sustainable insurance strategy. He answered questions with pretty detailed explanations. California Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara provided an update to state assembly members Wednesday in an oversight hearing about the insurance crisis in the state, specifically how he's working to fix it through a plan known as a sustainable insurance strategy. He says it focuses on protecting consumers, deflating the FAIR plan, and getting insurance companies to write up policies in wildfire risk areas.
The goal here is to address and improve all aspects of the insurance crisis within my authority.
But some say it's work long overdue.
I think many of the things that you're outlining in the plan and the emergency regulations are good things, but I'll start with the biggest question: why has it taken this long? And I'm not putting the whole thing on you,
right
but I'm saying, why has it taken this long? You know, why didn't the governor act quicker on this issue? Is there things the legislature should have been doing more of?
Lara agreed, saying problems will persist unless he takes action now. But he says there are steps that he must legally take before any changes take effect.
Could I have moved quicker? Absolutely. But at the fear that I might lose this in court over process. And it was my own, you're going to ask my department, why is this taking so long? I come from where you sat, and I don't like to wait. I want answers now.
Which is why he says it's important to work hand in hand with the reinsurance industry, which covers insurance companies, something he says is usually frowned upon.
At the end of the day, they are the ones making the decisions, and the reinsurers are the ones deciding if they're going to back the insurance company that wants to do business in California. And so I'm going to take heat for that, but I know it's the right thing.
Which is why Lara says it was important to attend a conference last week in Bermuda, home to nearly 40% of the world's reinsurance market. He says he went to advocate for California.
That is just the fact. And if you have issues with that, check with your Congress members, because they're the ones in charge of these tax loopholes.
Lara outlined some of the major actions he says he's taken following the Southern California wildfires. He says his office, take a look on your screen, ordered advance payments on claims, issued one-year residential insurance moratoriums, created an insurance fraud strike team to protect consumers from scammers, and directed health insurers to submit emergency access plans to consumers that continue to get medical care and medications. Liz, sending it back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks so much, Myra. Now, there is one more action that Lara's office took after the wildfires that also had lawmakers asking plenty of questions today, and that relates to the FAIR plan. Now, the FAIR plan is a safety net or insurance of last resort for those who live in high wildfire risk areas but are rejected by insurance companies. All insurers in the state contribute to fund the FAIR plan, and that cost gets passed on to you, the California consumer, regardless of where you live. Following the wildfires in Southern California, FAIR requested and received $1 billion to pay out claims. Lara says he took the action to keep insurance companies in the state.
And if it's not shared through the taxpayers, the insurance companies are going to be 100% on the hook and will refuse to write new policies in California, or will restrict further their footprint in the state, which would then make insurance much more unaffordable.
Lara says customers could see the additional costs for up to 2 years on their bills. The FAIR plan is not a government entity. Even so, Lara says he is carrying out an audit to see how it's used the money, and that audit should be complete by next month.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres with Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.